Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Eli, the real estate guy, and I wanted to show you guys 3 things that you all could pull from the Kanye West documentary, Jeen-Yuhs, how you can compare that to a real estate journey. I think it's very interesting. If you guys have not watched that documentary yet, go ahead and watch it now. It's on Netflix. You guys could definitely find a lot of parallels between his journey and what it takes to become successful in real estate. All right. And so, number one, on some level, you have to have delusional belief in yourself, right? Now, some people, whenever you're thinking about delusional, basically it's a, how could this happen to you, right? Well, no one else in your family has done it to the magnitude of what you're trying to do. These people are not in your circle. Maybe the environment that you're from, no one has done it to the magnitude of what you're trying to do. But at the same time, you have to have that delusional faith of, yes, though I may not have seen it in person, I do know that one day I will actually get to where I want to go. All right. So you'll notice this a lot with children, right? They do not have a fear of things that they can't do, right? And I remember I saw this on a podcast, the Social Proof podcast. There's a guy that he had on there pretty much explaining, if you ask a kid, what do you want to be? Is, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a fireman, and I want to be a dragon, you know, like whatever it is. They're like 100% serious. Like when they say they want to be a dragon, they're 100% serious. I want to be a like a real life dragon, flying, breathing fire. Like that's what I want to be. So whenever you're talking about being a real estate investor and how you want to invest in real estate and how you want to invest in multifamily and you want to flip properties, you want to have real, you want to do all these things, you need to have that belief of like, oh no, it's going to happen. It's what I want to do. And it's just a matter of it happening eventually. So that's something I really want you all to really look at and have that belief on a level of delusion of, hey, it's going to happen. Regardless if I've seen it happen, it's going to happen. All right. So number 2, all right, you want to make sure that you keep your eye on a prize. OK, now he understood that he wanted to be a rapper. He understood that he wanted to be successful in this field. All right. And so with that, everything that he was doing was with that in mind. Right? He pushed himself to get to that next level. So with you, for example, say if you've never gotten your first wholesale deal, okay? Some people may say, hey, look, just focus on your 9 to 5, work for 40 years, and you'll get your retirement. Focus on that. That's what you need to focus on. But this wholesale stuff, it's fake. How does this happen? How do you get money from this? You don't even have a license. How are you going to get into this, right? I'm telling you right now, wholesaling is a great way to start in real estate. And if you focus on actually getting those results and every day moving towards that goal and doing what you need to do in order to succeed and get to that goal, right? Then that's how you'll eventually get to that. Your eye has to be on that prize. You have to make sure that regardless of what happens around you, life will happen, but you got to make sure that you keep your eye on that prize. All right. And number 3. Kanye did not let other people's perception of him change the direction that he was going. So though he was a phenomenal producer, okay, he was a phenomenal producer. He was one of the best producers out, right? He still had his goal of being an artist himself. He wanted to be a rapper, right? And so he did not let other people's limitation down. I'm like, hey, why would you want to do that? You're already great at this. Stick in your lane, right? Stick in your lane and you will eventually, continue to have great success in that. You're already successful as a producer. Why would you want to be a rapper? You're already great at this. Nobody is as great as you at this. So you're clouding your blessing by trying to be a rapper. But he knew, right, that that's what he wanted to do. So with him focusing on that every step of the way, even bum rushing to the studios, trying to, get somebody to sign him and doing all these things, regardless of what you're great at, you may be great at your job. You may be a phenomenal doctor. You may be a phenomenal lawyer. You may be a phenomenal insert here, right? But if your goal, if your desire is to invest in real estate, then that's what you need to go out and do, right? And I'm not saying to quit your job today, but I'm saying start your exit strategy and figure out what you actually need to do in order to get out. Do what you got to do to get out of that situation that is draining you emotionally, and go to what fills your cup every single day. Because once your cup is full, then you can bless others. All right, so with that, just running through them again, you got to have delusional belief in yourself. All right, remember that kid that says he wants to be a dragon. When you say that you want to be a real estate investor, to other people, right, they look at that and say, oh, this is like me looking at a kid saying that they want to breathe fire, right? So have that faith and just know that, oh, it's already happened. I just have to make it a reality in this realm, right? It's already in here. I got to just make it happen out here. All right. Number two, keep your eye on a prize. You say you want to start wholesaling. You say you want to start flipping. You say you want to do whatever. Keep your eye on that. Yes, you may do other things as time progresses, but at the end of the day, it always has to intersect back at where you want to be. You want to be here. All right. Yes, you may have to do some jobs that you don't want to do. Yeah, you may have to do some things in the meantime that does take up time and you don't actually want to do. But at the end of the day, you know where you want to end up. So keep your eye on the prize. And last, hey, regardless of what you're doing right now, you may be great at what you're doing right now. If that's not what you want to do for the rest of your life and you want to get into real estate investing, right? You want to wholesale, you want to flip houses, whatever it is that you want to do in real estate, I'm telling you right now, and you can see it in that documentary. Do not let other people's cap on you. Like, oh, you're great at this. It's like, hey, yes, I am great at this, but I'll be better at this. This is where my desire is. All right. Follow that passion, follow that desire, learn, absorb as much information as you can, educate yourself, learn how to be a real estate investor. And I assure you, if you keep your eye on a prize, you will get to that point. But hey, thank y'all so much for watching this video. Go ahead and like this video if you like the information I provide to you all. And also go ahead and watch that documentary right now on Netflix. You won't regret it. It's a phenomenal series. I've watched the first episode so far. The next one I think comes out next week or so. It's a great insight on his journey as a rapper and as an artist, and the fact that this guy's been following him around for 20 years. Like this is awesome to be able to get this information and see the behind the scenes of Jesus Walks, to see the behind the scenes of well, eventually, I guess next episode we're going to see Through the Wire, and all falls down. Like seeing the behind the scenes of how that happened and what his journey was, it just makes me appreciate Kanye more as an artist, knowing where he came from and how he had to go through those trials to get to where he is now. And that's what's going to happen to you as your real estate investor. All right, the first time you start cold calling, you're going to suck. But guess what? The next call you're on, you're going to suck a little bit less. You'll suck a little bit less. And then eventually you're going to get an appointment. And then your first appointment is going to suck. But you're going to suck a little bit less, a little bit less. And as time goes on, you'll probably get a property under contract. But guess what? You probably messed up the deal and you're probably not going to get that first property assigned to an investor. But then once you actually figure this out, I would first recommend learning how to do the process first, right? I actually have an ebook, Wholesaling 101, Your First Steps. I'll put a link to that below. But I would first recommend learning the process. But even when you learn it, it's one thing to read it, but it's another thing to apply it. And as you apply this information, every day you'll suck a little bit less until you become great, all right? So I say all that to say, just keep going, right? Find inspiration from different things. You can find inspiration from that documentary. You can find inspiration from these videos. But at the end of the day, inspiration without execution is nothing, right? Don't just waste your time out here watching these things and being inspired and not actually make a move. Get inspired and then make a move, and you'll eventually get to where you need to be. But hey, thank y'all so much. Subscribe to this channel so that you can get notified of whenever we're having another video. And also click that like button if you like the things that we're saying. But hey, thank y'all so much. And I cannot wait for y'all to get your first deal. Y'all take care.